Hello there, everybody. So we're live, or we should be live on YouTube right now. It's the very first time we've done like a live stream to the main channel like this within the studio. We've attempted doing this before around the Disney parks, and yeah, I know we've had some lagging issues with that before walking around the Disney parks, but hopefully we won't get any of that today within the DSNY Newscast studio. So hopefully we'll have a safe, good, solid stream. And no lagging and me, lagging. Okay, so enough of that. Let's get on with some discussion topics regarding D23 Expo. So actually, you know what? First of all, I just want to it's already in the thumbnail. I may as well not bury the lead here. I received this a while ago, and it's the 100,000 anniversary subscriber plaque, which I've got here. And it received it from YouTube. It's been a long time coming, but so I unboxed it a while ago, and I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who's helped make this possible. 100,000 subscribers. Believe it or not, we're 120,000 almost. As I'm talking right now, we're like 2 subscribers away from that. So we've come a long way since D23 Expo in 2017. And well, we start in April of 2017, but we've come a long way. And this is just another sign that, you know what, it works. The community are here. We want to know the news. We want it delivered in the best way possible. And that's what I aim to do. So thank you to everybody who helped make this possible. And yeah, we got the note from YouTube as well. The note saying how big your channel is and all that sort of stuff. So that's fantastic. I might put it up in the studio. I don't know yet. Considering that's a mirror, I don't know how that will play with the lights. As you can see there, it might be a bit annoying. So I don't know what we'll do with it yet, but might go up on the wall, might go there. We're doing a little bit of a redesign, putting some posters up in the background, which I announced on Twitter and Instagram recently. And the idea behind that is the logo isn't changing. It's still going to stay the same, pink and blue, Mickey hand and all. Going to stay the same DSNY Newscast logo, but we're going to have flares of Frozen, Toy Story, Guardians of the Galaxy, and then Star Wars to represent all the 4 major facets of the Walt Disney Company. So we cover everything here on DSNY Newscast, so it's a good way of showing it. Okay, then. So on some discussion topics. Hello there to everybody. Sorry, I didn't start reading out the comments straight away. Here we go then. So I'm just going to have a quick flip through right now. Everyone's here. Looks fantastic. Okay then. Let me just get right down to one. Right. So rumor about. Let's start reading out some of these. So we got DSNY Pixar news. Rumor about Star Wars Galaxy's Edge getting replaced if it doesn't pick up visitors by January. If it gets replaced by Frozen Land. Not a chance is Star Wars Galaxy's Edge getting replaced, basically. Disney have spent nearly $2 billion on both lands, and it's coming to multiple parks around the world, one going into Disneyland Paris. That's just a lot of Twitter fans have said, various things about it. Not a chance of getting replaced. I personally feel it's a fantastic addition. It's the next stage of Disney parks. Going from theme parks is what I like to call the current iteration to what we're going towards, which is immersive parks. And it's that level of immersion that you can't see, the sights around you are all the same. The sight lines all the way around the park. It's fantastic. It's true immersion. You've got soundscaping all around you. Galaxy's Edge is the future of theme parks, in my opinion, along with Harry Potter. Harry Potter did a pretty good job with that as well. Okay, let's move on to some other comments here. Do you think we will hear anything about the Space Restaurant? I'm guessing that's regarding D23 Expo. Well, here's the thing about the Space Restaurant that's coming to Epcot. It should be opening in December of this year. So I forgot to mention it actually in my D23 predictions video, so thank you for bringing that up there. But basically, yeah, we'll probably hear something regarding the Space Restaurant more along the lines of an official opening date, maybe, who knows yet, because obviously you've got the Disney dining plan, so that plays into it, and reservations along those lines. But we'll definitely, most definitely get the name of the space restaurant. We've already heard it's going to be called something along the lines of Space 220, referring to, you know, the 220 miles above Earth that the International Space Station is. So it's playing off that idea, since you're meant to be on an International Space Station. So yeah, that's we should be hearing something. But I don't expect it to be a big announcement. Maybe we'll get an announcement of another immersive restaurant. My hope would be a Haunted Mansion restaurant. I don't think it will happen, but considering the 50th anniversary, it'd be fantastic if we did. I just want to say thank you to William there. Keep up the good work, mate. Thank you very much. Thanks, William. So yeah, basically, regarding more restaurant announcements, yeah, that's something that's definitely on the cards, maybe for D23 Expo. A lot of people haven't even spoken about that kind of aspect, and it's a big money, you know, a big revenue stream for Disney, and I could quite easily see Disney announcing something like that at D23 Expo. Hi there, Rob. Hi there, Westworld baby. Yeah, I'm guessing you're referring to the immersion of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Rob has managed to experience Galaxy's Edge as well, and it really is amazing. We had a little chat about it a while ago, and it's blown both of our minds in terms of the scale and the attention to detail on the whole land. But enough gushing about Galaxy's Edge. You know my thoughts on that. You've heard me talk about it enough in the past. Okay, the comments are coming in thick and fast, guys. Sorry, I'm not keeping up with these. Okay, let me just try and pick some out here. It's pretty difficult. Can we talk about this big announcement on Thursday? Yeah, let's do that, Mike. Let's just say I know some people within Disney who are subtly implying that large land purchases might be related to the new announcement. Yeah, so I kind of know where you're going with this one, Mike. So recently, it's kind of been leaked out on some forums that this announcement might be regarding Lighthouse Point, which is a land purchase which Disney made in the Bahamas, and it would be expanding their presence within Nassau and the Bahamas and around there, so that they could have an extra stop. But my issue with this being the big secret Walt Disney Company announcement is it's not really secret. If they're gonna hype something up as a secret, I really want it to remain, you know, secret, rumored about maybe, but definitely secret. This is not something which has remained secret. This is something that's been reported by the Orlando Sentinel. Some Bahamas-based publications have reported on it, because obviously the land purchase had to go ahead, and it would be expanding and building a resort, a little bit like the one in Hawaii, that kind of scale, but in the Bahamas instead. So I don't know if it would be Lighthouse Point. I hope it's not, because if it is something big and spectacular, I just don't know why they would need to announce it on a Thursday and then hold off for a separate panel. Surely, wouldn't it be better to name the panel Disney Cruise Line or Adventures by Disney, or whatever category it falls under, Disney Vacation Club? Wouldn't it be better to name that the panel, so therefore you get everybody who's reserving their space at that panel to go along, and they're going to be excited for it? And I just don't see them needing to announce this on a Thursday separately, unless there's some sort of extra push that they want to do with in terms of tourism. But I don't see that. I would love the fact if they announce maybe a ski resort of some sort. That'd be pretty fantastic as well. We all know about Mineral King in the past in California, which never happened. But I would love to see something like Mineral King come somewhere across the US, which would be a Disney Vacation Club ski resort. That'd be a fantastic idea as well. But who knows? We're just speculating right now. That's what we're doing in this live stream before the D23 Expo. So, Jack, how likely is a fifth park? That's from Emros. Emros, it's not likely at all. A fifth park announcement at this stage, definitely not likely. We would have heard tricklings out about, the news regarding a fifth park. It would have had to involve multiple departments. It's just something that's not happening at this time. Yeah, one day we'll probably get a fifth park announcement. But my problem with the fifth park at the moment is the 4 theme parks they've got requires a very attentive cycle of refurbishment and expansion and new additions. And also the theme. What will the theme be for a fifth park? You've got animals, you've got movies, you've got Epcot, which is a bit of a muddled theme at the moment, but hopefully it'll move back towards innovation and cultural diversity and stuff like that. And then you've got Magic Kingdom, which is obviously fantasy based. So I don't know where they go with fifth park, to be honest. Let's go with another comment. Do you think that Disney has acquired Fox? That Disney, do you think now that sorry, messed up there. I can read, guys. I can read. Okay, let me just. It's difficult. We're going moving by fast. Do you think now that Disney has acquired Fox, that Disney will have their own Simpsons or any other Fox property themed land? That's a good question. So they've acquired Simpsons, and we all know Simpsons is within Universal Studios, not only at Orlando but also California. So I do think that they will maybe use the Simpsons in some capacity as a park in the future. However, I think it will be at a foreign park to begin with. It won't be at one of the domestic US parks. I think it might be they might try out the merchandise at Disneyland Paris and see how that takes off. They might try it at Hong Kong Disneyland or Shanghai, or license it out to the Oriental Land Company with Tokyo Disney. So who knows where they go, but I think we'd see it overseas before we'd ever see it in the domestic parks. Now it's being a big play on the Disney Plus marketing side. They kind of have every Simpsons episode on Disney Plus on day one, so that's going to be a big aspect. They're at D23 Expo, which is shocking that it's being integrated that quickly into the Disney Fan Expo that is D23. So I don't think we'll get a land in the US anytime soon. Let's get on with more of this, and let's use some more of these comments. Hey Jack, first time I've ever been on the chat, but watch your channel all the time. Hi there, Mark. Thanks, sir. Hi Jack. Is there going to be a new fireworks show at Disneyland? Alfie Law says that. So regarding nighttime entertainment at Disneyland, obviously we know that Main Street Electrical Parade has come back recently. I expect, in terms of entertainment offerings, we'll most likely get a new type of fireworks show eventually. But I don't know if they'll have to necessarily announce it at D23. I mean, they announced the Mickey Mouse, celebration one this year, and it did well. Everyone liked it, but they don't necessarily need to do a great big announcement for that. I think we'll probably get a big announcement regarding a Magic Happens or Magic Anywhere or something along those lines parade, which is going to replace the Soundsational in Disneyland. So hopefully we'll receive that. Steve Pin, thanks for the donation there. Thanks for the $2. What's your blue sky dream announcement? Okay, so that's a big one, Steve. So my blue sky announcement would be, actually, I would love them to expand Walt Disney World, but in a very particular way. I would love them to expand Disney World with a standalone kind of like museum. It would be like a historical legacy based experience. It wouldn't necessarily be an entire theme park, but it would be a space which would be a ticketed space within Walt Disney World, which would then allow you to go in there and see previous ride vehicles, maybe even ride the previous rides, see models of them, put some old abandoned attractions or put homages and tributes to abandoned attractions in that space. I think there's something there to that idea. And you can incorporate, a kind of Walt Disney Family Museum aspect to it as well, teaching, the kids of today about Walt Disney and what he stood for. Because, me, Waltoneers, I'm a massive fan of Walt Disney. And, I just find that the Walt Disney Family Museum, it's a bargain for what it is. It's $10, I believe. That's when I went there, it was $10. And it's an incredible experience. I highly recommend anybody in the San Francisco area go over to Presidio and go and see the Walt Disney Family Museum. It's a fantastic job they did there. And I just would love to see something like that, maybe closer to a tourism destination like Walt Disney World or even Disneyland. They could maybe put it in the pop-up Mickey Mouse celebratory thing, the Instagram kind of thing over at Disneyland, maybe in downtown Disney. Something along those lines I'd love to see. Now, I know that's what you get with D23 Expo. You get the archives, then you get to see some old attraction pieces, but I'd love to see a permanent space to represent previous attractions. Do you think the Spider-Man ride will get changed? Lucky Crafted says that. And thanks for $1.99 there, Lucky. So I think you're referring to the fact that it's just broken on by Deadline, I believe, who just reported that Sony and Disney are not going to be in partnership for future Spider-Man movies. They're not going to be co-producing at Disney, aren't Kevin Feige with Marvel Studios, which essentially takes Spider-Man out of the MCU, which is a bit difficult for them because obviously Iron Man was a big role in Far From Home. And I don't know what Sony's plan is with this going forward because, yes, they've got the Venom aspect, but bringing that in right now, the whole idea is that Peter Parker is part of the Avengers. So it's very difficult. Unless he gets kicked out, it's difficult for Sony to do this. But who knows? It's some years away from the next Spider-Man movie coming out. Things change. At one point, Comcast were meant to be buying Fox, not Disney, and then Disney came back in with a bigger offer. So things are very fluid within the movie business. James Gunn wasn't meant to be directing Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and now he's back directing it after Suicide Squad 2. So it's fluid. I wouldn't say it's definitely going to affect the ride. And besides, Disney have the rights to use the Spider-Man character and any previous footage and all the other stuff. And I'm guessing it's under the current agreement that they've got licensing to use them within Disney California Adventure. So I don't think it will affect the ride, which we all know is coming. So I'm not getting some of these comments here. Shelby Neat says, I heard, and by the way, thank you for the $4.99 super chat there, that's what it's called. I heard something about DVC members getting extra fast passes. Can you elaborate? So regarding this kind of, Disney are always experimenting with new ways that they can offer extras to the DVC club members. I don't think it will happen. Personally, I do see them radically changing the fast pass system in the next 2-3 years, and personally I really hope they do, but I don't think they will be offering extra fast passes personally to DVC members. But who knows? Things are very fluid within the Walt Disney Company, and that's a very simple change they could make. I mean, with the midday park ticket that we just saw announced, the Midday Magic, that was a surprise, and Disney always going to be trying out new ways to bring in the guests. So I don't know whether we'll see that occur or not. Let me keep moving through these. Sorry about this. 2 seconds, just seeing what's going on in the chat. What happened to Walt Disney? Walt Disney died in 1966. What is your prediction for the official name of Marvel Land at the Expo? Yeah, my official prediction would be something along the lines of Superhero Universe. I think they'll nail the universe aspect of it. And I personally prefer Avengers Avenue. I think they'll call it Avengers Avenue. They'll name the Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout Street something else, and then eventually they can expand off from there. Now, what I do think is a big blue sky prediction for the Expo is I highly anticipate that we're going to get a lot of Marvel Land details at the Expo Pavilion, which press get to see on Thursday. Now, I expect that we'll be seeing Epcot show model for the renovation of the Spine of Future World, and we'll most likely get the some concept art and maybe a model or two for Marvel Land area within DCA. So I think that will be covered then. But what I think might get announced on stage at D23 on the Sunday in the Parks panel might be a Avengers style roller coaster coming to the back of, to the side and the back of Mission Breakout around there, because that was always part of the original scope of this project. Now, it would be a phase 2. I think that they might do this for like 2023. Open most of the land in 2020. The Spider-Man attraction might be pushed back to 2021. We first heard that they're going to start recruiting in 2020, which kind of is code to say the attraction would open in 2020, which would probably be December time period. I'd put it towards the end of the year. And then you've got phase 2, and I think phase 2 will happen within the next 2 years after that, and that would be a massive e-ticket attraction for the Avengers. But who knows? They might decide not to announce that. So I really don't know whether that would happen. But that's my blue sky prediction for for the D23 Expo. As you can probably tell, I didn't announce that in the D23 predictions video, so I haven't got a very high likelihood that that's going to happen. But personally, I'd love that to be announced. Okay, then. Let's keep moving through some of these comments. By the way, guys, it's 11:50 at night here, so in the UK. So it's pretty late. So do you think Disney will replace Dinosaur with Indiana Jones ride? I hope not. That's been taken off the table for now. Dinosaur's going to remain as it is for now, but at least not Indiana Jones. So I don't know if they've got plans to change it up. We haven't heard anything about that for quite a while. So at the moment, it doesn't seem likely. Which for everyone who likes Dinosaur, which I do, is fantastic news. But I've got to say Indiana Jones is much better. Dinosaur's fantastic. You know, not our Dino, fantastic. But Indiana Jones, there's something to that ride. It's an incredible attraction. James Hirschfield says, is the Fountain of Nations being removed or revamped? So, James, unfortunately, the Fountain of Nations, as we know it, is being removed. It's not going to be like revamped or refurbed like the fountain, which is in front of Spaceship Earth, which is going to get obviously the new statue, you know, the new monoliths in the middle of that. But we will be getting new fountain, water features of some kind within the new Future World. I don't know even if they'll call it Future World, because it's not going to be very futuristic from the sounds of things. So it might be something, I predict it might be called World Center, because then you've got World Showcase, World Center, and they're all Epcot, and that would make a lot of sense. It's holistic branding from that kind of standpoint, and just make a lot of sense. But no, I don't. And by the way, thank you for the super chat there of 199. But I don't think that we'll get it revamped. I mean, I wish we did, because Fountain Nations is a piece of iconic Epcot history. But no, I really don't think. I think they want to open up the guest flow through that area and down towards World Showcase. Okay, sorry guys, I'm a bit. I just need a quick drink. 2 seconds. Okay. Sorry about that. I can tell my voice is starting to go a little bit. Thanks for answering my question, Jack. No worries about that. Do you? I'm sure. Wait, 2 seconds. I'm seeing parts of the comments here. Okay. Do you think they will announce? Do you think there will be any announcement of Dinoland being replaced at the Expo? Yeah. So that's a difficult one, because Primeval World is it's down at the moment. They're having difficulty finding the parts to fix it, from what I hear, and I just expect there's something big to be coming to that area, because yes, it was only ever meant to be a temporary location with Animal Kingdom. It was meant to be like a quick fix to that park. I don't think we'll. I do think we'll get something in the future regarding that part of the park, but I don't think it's likely, maybe, that we'll get something for likely, maybe, but I don't think it's likely that we'll get a big announcement. Maybe we'll get an announcement, but Primeval World, it's on its last legs in terms of, like, you know, it's being pushed back and pushed back and pushed back and pushed back. It's a very simple attraction to remove as well. So who knows? They might be pushing it back because they know how quickly it can be removed and they can start construction in that area. But yeah, if that is the case, that's one of my less likely predictions, which I made in the video, which would take me off, you know, off center, basically, because I didn't expect it to happen, but it might definitely you know, be announced. Sorry, €20 from Michael O'Brien. Hi there, Michael. Thank you for that. Thank you for the super chat. It's very welcomed. Raging. I'm missing the live chat. Having a beverage in the local. We'll catch up later. Thanks, Michael, for that. Enjoy your drink. Enjoy your drink in the local there. Yeah, I won't be having a drink this whole weekend because it's a D23 weekend, and so I'm going to be very busy this weekend. And as you probably know from previous years, in 2017, I didn't get much sleep I didn't get much sleep at all with D23 in 2017. It was just go, go, go. And, I actually, towards the end of it, I got quite, I had a bit of a bad cold and everything caught up with me, so I had a lack of sleep and everything like that. And but it's going to be fantastic to cover it, and it's going to be great fun. So thanks for the super chat there, Michael. Okay, then. Disney Plus coming also to the Netherlands in November. Any idea why outside the big USA and Canada, it's already also coming to the Netherlands? Let me know. So yeah, I think that's indicative of the fact that we're going to see a big global rollout fairly soon. If it's coming to one part of the European Union, I'm expecting that later announcements will be very, very close to the announcement there. But Disney has still got some time to announce that. Maybe that's what they'll announce at D23 Expo in the Disney Plus panel. But we'll be covering it all on that Friday, if not Saturday. We'll be releasing a video. $2 from Griffin. Hi there. Do you think we will get a Zootopia land at DAC? So yeah, that kind of comes back into my previous thing about the Dino Land thing. If anything was going to go into Dino Land USA, I think they'd have to replace it with something like Zootopia. Now, we know Zootopia is coming to Shanghai Disney. That is kind of like a mini land, and a mini land would work in the space which is Dino Land USA. But personally, I wouldn't hold my breath over it, because this year I think the big announcements will be something to do. We'll get maybe a big Marvel announcement. We're going to get lots of updates. But yet, what's unusual, I think we might get some Frozen related. But DAC is definitely on the next line after Epcot to then get another update along the Magic Kingdom. So I reckon we'll hear something about Rock and Roller Coaster at Hollywood Studios. But in terms of Zootopia Land, I think once Disney create one land, one place, we've seen it recently, Frozen Land at Paris and Hong Kong and Tokyo, and now we're seeing, Tron from Shanghai coming over to Magic Kingdom. We've seen Seven Dwarf Mine Train. It's now at Magic Kingdom and Shanghai, and obviously there's going to be a type of that coaster coming to Hong Kong Disneyland as well. They've always liked to do this. Pirates of the Caribbean, Haunted Mansion, Big Thunder, Big Thunder Mountain, Splash Mountain, Space Mountain. They like to replicate and use similar ride systems again. Now, if they're investing in Zootopia and some sort of ride system, which I've heard might be similar to a Fast and Furious type of ride system, which doesn't excite me all too much personally. That ride, in my opinion, leaves a lot to be desired. It's ironic in many ways that the one ride which you think at Universal Studios would be fast-paced and high octane, and you're racing around because it's Fast and the Furious, you actually just sit there and you just watch people drive around you on screens, which I don't know if Universal's creative team decided to have a bit of a laugh about that and pull a fast one on people on that one. But I hope it's not that style of attraction. Maybe it'll be using more of the Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway 2.5D technology. Now, the 2.5D technology and the projection tech that we've seen will most likely get used in the black box attractions, these kind of interchangeable spaces that we're going to have within these Disney parks coming up. I think that's going to be a big part of the D23 panel on Sunday. Figment, Alexa Ruiz says, Figment, do you think do you think it'll be revamped or removed? I don't think it'll be removed. That pavilion, from what I've heard recently, it's not getting removed. It's going to get renovated in some way and revamped, and there's going to be Figment as part of it. So positive sign there, but I don't know if they'll announce that at D23. We don't know yet, because the difficult thing with predicting D23 Expo and the parks presentation is that they could have, I don't know, like 20 announcements that they want to announce, and at the last minute they might decide, oh, get rid of that one, get rid of that one, get rid of that one, and they'll move those off to a later standpoint, later period. So it's very difficult to predict what will be on the last, the slides for the presentation, like when Bob Chapek stands up on that stage. But at the moment, I'm hearing positive things about Figment at least getting some love in the future. some attention. So that's good. So I'm getting a lot of comments here. Sorry, it's going past very quickly. Databolic says, Databolic, sorry, says, what's your most ridden ride at each Florida park? Right. So I'm not going to go off favorites. I'm just going to say one which I ride the most. One I ride the most at Magic Kingdom would be, I would have to think I would love it to be Pirates of the Caribbean, but it is actually Space Mountain I ride the most there. It's Spaceship Earth over at Epcot, closely tied with Soarin'. At Hollywood Studios, it's Rock and Roller Coaster at Hollywood Studios. That's one I ride the most there. And at Animal Kingdom, it's Expedition Everest. That's one I ride the most there as well. That and Dinosaur. But yeah. So yeah, good question there. Cat Gaming says, thoughts on the Lando animatronic breaking that? I'm guessing I meant to say Hondo animatronic, the Hondo and Arca animatronic. But yeah, no, it's just running in B mode. Animatronics, they run all day. That's the beauty of them, and they're surely going to run in B mode every once in a while. B mode is when they have the screen go up, and they just need to do a quick little bit of tweaks and maintenance on the animatronic just to make sure it works properly, and it's back up and running again. I don't think we're going to see many issues with that. Similar to Nave River Shaman, these new AA figures are electric based electronics, so they're not hydraulic anymore, so there's not as many issues with them. So I think it's the A1000 series, so it's a fantastic animatronic. Personally, Hondo and Arca being used in the attraction, I just feel like maybe it would have got a little bit better if they'd have used Chewie more than the attraction, if they'd had a Chewie animatronic up there. I don't know how that would have worked, because obviously with the pre-show spiel, but they've tried to integrate Chewie as much as they can into that attraction, but I think that would have appeased a lot of people. I would have maybe even preferred to see Daisy Ridley animatronic up there, since supposedly she's got ownership of the Falcon in some way in the new saga. So, or maybe Poe Dameron, because he knows he's part of the Resistance. He would be able to fly the Falcon and stuff like that. So I just feel like maybe they could have used a different type of animatronic up there, but it's still an incredible animatronic, and the ride itself, it's one of the best that Disney's ever created. So I just hope for more ride missions. Ivy Winters here. Hi there, Ivy. Christine there. I really want 50th anniversary news. I'm hoping that's a big part of the Parks panel. Yeah, I highly anticipate that it's going to be a big part of the Parks panel on Sunday. So yeah, that's going to probably take up a lot of time. I think the big thing that people aren't expecting from this Parks panel is we're going to get a lot of updates regarding classic attractions. I think we're going to get renovations. We're going to get enhancements. I think, they're going to enhance the classics in many ways. We've got the 50 new things for Walt Disney World for the 50th anniversary. And what better way than to enhance some of the classics? I mean, Pirates of the Caribbean's already been done. It's already been tweaked in many ways. Space Mountain could be done. Big Thunder. Haunted Mansions, little extra magic every once in a while. And I think that's what we're going to get. So hopefully, and also hopefully a nighttime parade. That's something that Disney can roll out, no pun intended there, but they can roll it out very quickly. That it's like a year to 18-month turnaround if they needed to, if they really wanted to power it forward. But stuff like attractions, they need to schedule down for maintenance time and stuff like that. So I think we're going to get some big updates to attractions. Magic will be another. Small World's going to be another. I reported on that back in February. I reported on It's a Small World getting an update for the 50th, and we're hearing it again and again and again. So there's some safe bets there in terms of the 50th. Shelby Neat says, "Are you a DVC member yourself?" No, I'm not, Shelby. I've just never inquired about being a DVC Disney Vacation Club member. It might be something I want to look at in the future, but I'm very young, and I just wouldn't be able to afford it at the moment. I know you can get like points and stuff like that, but at the moment, my main mission with the channel here is to be moving out to Orlando full-time next year. So I'll be spending a lot more time. And towards the end of this year, I'm going to be back out in Orlando again for 2 months. So from September 27th-ish, it'll be end of September, early October. I'll be back out in Walt Disney World again, and I'll be there from October through November, and I'll be staying there until Rise of Resistance opens, because I want to ride Rise of Resistance, and that's a lot of R's there, which a lot of people might be saying you can't pronounce your R's, but so yeah, Rise of Resistance. I can't wait to go on that attraction. It's going to be next level, and that's one which I cannot wait for. That's one Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railways, a close second, but definitely that one. Okay, we've got another super chat here. Hi there, Parallel Disney. Thank you, by the way, for the super chat. Do you think Disney is cloning too many attractions and should have more originals across the Disney parks? Yeah, so here's what I've got with the kind of a problem, and well, it's a problem that they've always done. As I've said in the past, they've always, whenever they had a working formula, they adopt it and bring it over to a new park. So the Tron attraction, what I would like them to do, though, more so than cloning the attraction, is clone the attraction but slightly different theme, or make the attraction unique. What I'm having a bit of a difficulty with at the moment is, like, the Tron is going to be pretty much the same attraction from Shanghai. It's a straight clone of the one in Shanghai. What I would like them to do is just slightly different show scenes, a bit like Thunder Mountain, Big Thunder Mountain, and Splash Mountain, slightly different between Disneyland and Walt Disney World. Obviously, they're different attractions, but Big Thunder Mountain does that brilliantly. Haunted Mansion, different in Disneyland, different to Walt Disney World. Yeah, they opened very close to one another, but Disney of the day, back in those days, didn't decide, oh, we'll just spend the same amount of money and do a replica of the outside of that show building for where is New Orleans Square. We're going to do something which is unique to Liberty Square and make the attraction its own thing. So I would like to see them do that, maybe. And yeah, I don't think they've got a massive problem, because it's always, if there is a massive problem, then it's a problem they've always had, because Disney have always cloned attractions. But I would like them to add more of a unique flair to each attraction on different coasts. And I think maybe Galaxy's Edge and Disneyland Paris, we might be seeing that, because they might want to tweak certain things about that land. That's the reason why that concept art's very vague in Walt Disney Studios Park. Ben Darling says, that's a pound sign there, said a UK watcher at 12:07 in the morning. So Ben, you're up as well. What are you most looking forward to at D23? So the thing I'm looking forward to most is obviously the parks panel. I can't wait. I mean, I want it to be 2 hours long, but it's only an hour and a half. But I can't wait for that. The models, I'm always very excited to see the Expo Show Pavilion models that they've got for like the Epcot redo and Marvel and stuff like that. So that'll be exciting as well. I would be more excited for the animation and movie side of things, but if you're not in that room, you don't get to see the trailers and the sneak peeks. So it's exciting to hear, details about Soul, Pixar's Soul, and Onward and stuff like that, and their Untitled dragon-themed movie for Disney Animation, which is rumored to be announced as well. But if you're not in that room, you don't get to see it. So that's what I always struggle with the animation stuff. Disney Plus will be the same way. There'll probably be no filming in that room either. But guys, we're going to be covering it all extensively here on DSNY Newscast. So rest assured, there'll be great videos coming out. We're hopefully going to be able to post the full panel of the Disney Parks presentation. So the plan is hopefully to post the Sunday after it happens. Parks presentation goes up, hour and a half long presentation. You get to watch that. And then on the Monday, I'll be releasing a video, because there's very little point releasing it so late on a Sunday night. I might be able to do the turnaround time, but it's pretty tight in terms of that, because obviously it's 10 a.m. in the morning. 10 a.m. in the morning. It starts 10:30 in the morning. It starts in California, and that for me is 6:30. So in the UK. And it's fairly late in the afternoon on a Sunday on Eastern Coast time as well. So usually a video takes around a 6-hour turnaround time to do a proper job on it. So I don't really want to just rush it and, just try and get the news out there as quickly as possible, unless something major happens. And then I will try and get the news out as soon as possible. But I will get the parks presentation up as soon as possible on the Sunday. So you'll be able to watch that and watch as much as you want. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go into it and do what we do best on DSNY Newscast, and that's dive into the concept art, give extra details, and also just give insight and context to what's been announced, because hopefully that's what you guys come to DSNY Newscast for. We always do. We don't just deliver articles and read articles out into the camera. We dive into it and we explore the topic, and we give additional insight. So that's what we'll be doing on Monday. Yeah, but we're going to be posting on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. It's going to be an intense weekend. And that's the reason why I'm doing a live stream right now, because I just wouldn't have the energy to do another video this week. So yeah, just thanks for the super chat there. Alexa Rua says, your pick for the Spaceship Earth new possible narrator, and thank you for the super chat there, Alexa. So, yeah, possible new narrator. Obviously, Spaceship Earth is probably going to get announced on Sunday to be getting a retheme. Not an hard retheme, sorry, an enhancement of some sort. I misspoke. So, an enhancement of some sort on the Sunday. We'll be getting some sort of announcement regarding that. Now, it's meant to happen after the printing press. Now, a lot of people think that the printing press scene, they use the wrong photo for it, but the printing press scene is actually the guy who stands there looking, and it's the creation of the printing press. It's not the little boy with a newspaper. So it's actually before that scene. So everything from the printing press scene onwards is going to supposedly get rethemed and reimagined and adding new enhancements and new life to this whole attraction. But it's going to keep the same theme of the history of communications, and it's going to be updated for the modern age. So we're going to, because at the moment it stops with the dawn of the computer in the 1970s, really. So it needs to be updated. And I would love them to bring back some futuristic scenes to that attraction. But the overall attraction is going to get a lot of love. But coming back to your question there, Alexa, for a new narrator, it's quite possible we might just get Judi Dench again. That's very possible. But if I was to pick a new narrator, I always enjoyed Jeremy Irons, but I think that's highly unlikely. I just enjoy his narration and also his, just his voice as Scar. It's just amazing. But I think Benedict Cumberbatch would be a good fit, considering that he's part of the Disney family with Marvel. I think it would have to be someone who's a little older. Here's an outside one. Brian Cox might be that. I doubt it, but that's another interesting one. I think it could be somebody in the tech space. I don't know, maybe, but either way, I think most likely it would have to be an actor, and I think Benedict Cumberbatch is the top contender at the moment to get that wrong. Let me just move through some of these. Sorry, Shane Eats says, if people are saying that Stitch's Great Escape is closed, why isn't it listed on the Why is it still listed on the MD app? So my Disney Experience app, MDX app. So yeah, it is closed. It is dead. It's still on the app because, well, I don't know what you're referring to there, whether it's still being listed as an attraction. I don't think it is. It's still on the map, obviously, because every once in a while Disney do open it up for a meet and greet opportunity, or in the past I believe they've used that space as part of the Halloween parties, and I know it's not happening this year, but they have used that space in the past. So it's just a way for people to know where it is, if ever they need to refer to it within a cast member tells them where to go. Downscale says, thanks for all your work, sir. Thank you for that, Downscale. Let me keep moving through some of these comments. Overnight lines, what to bring and what to take to sit while waiting overnight. I'm guessing that's referring to D23 Expo. Me personally, it would be my iPad and my iPhone, but I'm going to be here having to cover it from the UK. And the reason why I'm not at D23 Expo is I've got I'm going to have some fantastic correspondents on the floor who are going to be covering and filming it for me from that standpoint. The reason why I'm not there personally is because when it comes to covering something like this, newscast which I create, it's a one-man band, basically. It's just me. I have to research, write a script, record, and then edit. And those 4 tasks are pretty impossible to do when you're in a very busy show place like a expo, and you're on either the expo Wi-Fi, which is not very good, or trying to get sound signal, or you're on hotel Wi-Fi, and then you got to deal with the echoiness of the hotel, your microphone not being right, running back and forth. It's just a nightmare, and it would be delayed content for all of you. And when it comes to this, what's most important is that you guys get the content. So I'm going to make sure you guys are going to get the content. I'll probably never be able to attend a D23 Expo, despite wanting to one day. So until maybe I don't do this channel anymore. Who knows? But I highly doubt that I'll be able to attend a D23 and cover it from that standpoint. Peter McFly says, Jack, now that the French fry style rocks are being removed to Tomorrowland here in Anaheim, do you think a Tomorrowland announcement is happening at D23? And love your channel. Thanks, Peter. So basically, yeah, Tomorrowland is a sign of change and things to come. Minor enhancements coming, much like they are at Walt Disney World as well. I think we're going to get some blue sky concept art, hopefully, for Tomorrowland. That's one of my other predictions, which I hope that we're going to get some sort of announcement regarding Tomorrowland. As well. Let me just move through these comments. I don't want to miss anyone's who gets sent a super chat just for that. Because so yeah, hopefully I haven't missed anybody. Anyway, guys, it's pretty late here. It's currently 12:15 in the morning. I've got some very late nights ahead of me for D23. Working tirelessly for you all to get the news out to you as soon as possible. So stay tuned. I would gonna give a quick little plug. Follow us on DSNY Newscast on Twitter if you aren't already. Follow us on Instagram at DSNY Newscast as well, because on Instagram we're going to be doing a lot of videos from the show floor on our story. So expect that to be coming fairly soon as well. So you'll get coverage there. I don't know if we'll be live tweeting the panels, because to be honest, there's a lot of news sites who are going to do it anyway. I would rather use my time from live tweeting, instead writing a script so I can get the news out to you as soon as possible in a better way like that. And then in terms of other stuff, so you're all aware that we've got a couple of pins. So we got the official Walt Disney pin there. That one, we don't have that many of them left, so I've stopped doing that one as part of the pin giveaway. I've got plenty of these ones left, the DSNY Newscast logo ones. Now, that's one I've been saying that you'll be getting recently as part of pin winners. But I think the new one, which we're going to start, this is the new one which we're going to start giving away as part of pin winners. It's the Walt Disney one. It's a gold Walt Disney logo there. So we might start giving that one away as part of the the pin winner. But I've also got one of these, which I would love to know if you guys would be interested in this. This is something which I had exclusive of Patreon, and it's a DSNY Newscast Black Spire Outpost pin, which I had created. Now, these are all, I usually do these pins as part of the Patreon, which is a great way to help support the channel, because the channel itself, ad revenue on YouTube goes up and down, and different times of the year, ad spending just isn't there. So it's really useful having Patreon to keep the channel alive, and means I can do it as a full-time job. So therefore you guys get consistent content, because if I wasn't doing it as a full-time job, I don't know if I'd be able to do it as consistently as I do. And in terms of, I struggled when I first started this. I had a full-time job, and I was doing this at the same time, and I had no time off, and it was taking its toll on me. So I moved to 2 videos schedule, and I went full-time with it. And thank God it worked, because it's helped the community out. We provide honest feedback to you guys. We don't try and push any sort of bias here. So in terms of that, so if you would like to come join us on Patreon, it's patreon.com/DSNY Newscast. And you know, there's a $3 tier just to help support the channel if you'd like. The $10 tier, once every 3 months or so, once every quarter, there's a new membership gift, something like this, like a pin, and the gold member gift as well for $30 if you'd ever want to. But you get a bigger gift. I know in previous year, like last year, I sent out what was it? I did a cushion. I did one of these DSNY cushions here for the gold members as well. So just if you ever wanted to support the channel, you get something back in return once every quarter if you ever want to join us on Patreon. But obviously, just watching the videos is also fantastic. It's a great way to just support us. Hit that thumbs up. It always helps because it helps the algorithm and helps other Disney fans see the videos. So thank you very much for helping support DSNY Newscast in every way you do. I'm pretty much going to call it a day right now. I think, yeah, Brandon's predicted there. He said, I've been Brandon, you've been you, and I'll see you all soon, Jack. And yeah, I'm gonna call it a day. And guys, it's about to begin. Thursday is going to happen. Thursday is, or despite it beginning on Friday, Thursday's the day. We're going to start to see stuff on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. It's about to happen. D23 is almost here, and it's going to be fantastic. So come along for a ride. It's going to be fantastic. And I've been Jack, you've been you, and I'll see you real soon.